Yes, we're part of the Resist NATO coalition, and we're here this week on the occasion of the 75th year of NATO, which is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. This year, NATO is talking about continuing funding for Ukraine against war with Russia. Because right now, there's $43 billion every year since 2022 that was sent from the US to arm Ukraine. That money could have been used for education, for jobs, for decent housing here in the US. In DC, the streets are all being closed down and people can't even commute to work in the coming week because NATO is here to talk about how to wage war on people all around the world.
NATO is not, in fact, just for the North Atlantic. NATO is for the world. NATO represents the U.S. in crisis. NATO represents the U.S. fighting to control its hegemony over the world. NATO promises to expand to West Asia. NATO promises to expand to the Indo-Pacific. This is not just a matter of Europe. This is a problem for the entire world's people.
My comrades, they are trying to make other countries in the Asia-Pacific the next Ukraine. Countries like Korea, countries like the Philippines. But we cannot afford to have such a short-term memory because the United States has already made the Philippines its Ukraine countless and countless of times. We cannot forget.
This has happened time and time again in history, from the time that the United States invaded our country, from the time that we were caught in between Japan and the US during World War II, from the time that the United States used the Philippines as its quote-unquote second front on its war on terror. And today, we say no to this Asian NATO that they're trying to make so that the US can fortify its entire military-industrial complex across the Asia-Pacific.
So our goal as the Resist NATO coalition is really to bring together people from oppressed nationalities, communities here in DC who are not getting the public services that they need and having their government officials spend billions of dollars on wars abroad. We're here with Black organizations, from indigenous organizations, with Puerto Rican organizations, Palestinian organizations, people who are victims of war. And so as working class, Black and brown people, we're here to say no to the US war machine, no to US imperialism, and no to NATO.